It's that time. It's the Getting Real with Cockney Buddha. It's the 4th of July. Happy 4th for all those that celebrate the 4th of July. Hope you're all having a good one. This one's going to be all about planting a seed. You never know when you're doing it. But when you do know you're doing it, you can plant those seeds to change somebody's life. And if we got plenty of those kind of people out there planting seeds, who knows what can happen, right? We might not be in some of the messes that we have now if people thought about planting a seed instead of taking the plant away. Anyway, this is what it's all about, planting that seed. I'm down here in sunny Florida and it is warm, I'll tell you what. And that is an understatement. I do have a certification in counselling, so I do this for a living. I love my job and I really do enjoy getting up in the morning to go to work. And I do this, I hope, every time I see somebody is planting that seed. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you're all having a great 4th and enjoying yourself. Remember that PMA, that positive mental attitude. And remember to keep taking time for yourself. I know sometimes it can get a bit bloody stressful, right? God, blimey, eh? When you got a bunch of people in your gaff and you're bloody, you know, you might be getting a little bit overwhelmed, so to speak, yeah? And, you know, it's a matter of taking that time, just making sure you get that awareness in there, making sure you're being aware of what's going on with your mentals. And if you're finding yourself getting a little irritated, frustrated or something like that, then, you know what to do. It's a matter of tuning into that awareness when you're having a celebration as well. I know could be around joy, but you can get in the overwhelm and be aware of that creeping in. This is all about planting a seed, and it's a bit of a story on a twofold actually, because there's also something that you guys, I would like to send the challenge out there, because it spreads a little love and it spreads a little, I would say, happiness and a kind of a legacy of a plant or a tree. And that is like sharing a plant. And there's something that I'm doing right now where I got gifted a beautiful big bag of lychees that was given to us by I call her my extra daughter. Big shout out there to my youngest friend. You know you are. I ain't gonna shout your name out just in case you don't want it thrown out there, but you know you are. And you know, bringing those lychees over from it was from a family's lychee tree or bush or whatever you call it. And they were absolutely amazing. I don't know if anybody's ever had lychees, but they've got this kind of they even look a bit coconutty actually when you open them up. Skin peels right off. It's kind of a firmish skin, but it'll peel right off easy. There's a stone in the middle, so be careful, because you wouldn't really think there was one when you're looking at it. But they are like a creamy, I don't know how to explain it, and I don't want to kind of offend the fruit in saying creamy, because it's not creamy as such. But anyway, go and try some lychees. They're beautiful. So I took some of the stones, the seeds, and I said to my wife, you know what? I'm going to grow them. So my wife's like, it's going to take years. It's going to take years to grow. It's going to like bloody. Apparently you don't get the fruit for 10 years. And I'm like, okay, you know, I don't know much about them. I know I got introduced to them by a friend of mine who took me through pest control, my mate Tim. And he introduced me to it because it was in someone's backyard once, and I'm like, "What's that?" And he's like, "Lychee," and I'm like, "What the heck is that?" He's like, "Try it." And, oh my God, I fell in love. Beautiful. So I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna," and she's like, "Ah, you know, don't grow it anyway. Not gonna." And I'm like, "Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna grow it. I'm gonna grow one for each of my daughters. I'm gonna grow one for me extra daughter. And again, I'm not gonna shout your name that brought us the gift in the first place, because what it'll actually do then, it carries on her family's legacy of that plant, the earth, giving us something which absolutely enjoyed. It was beautiful, and then replanting a part of that plant or tree and giving it and seeing it progress on, and then just start spreading the seeds. Because there's love behind that. There's caring, there's love behind it, there's thought behind it. And when you can just, I've got them germinated already. I've looked it up. I wet down I had to soak them first, it said. So I soaked them, put them in water, and I soaked them for, I think it was like 24 hours or something. And then I took them out of that, and then I damped down a paper towel, and I put them, folded the paper towel around them so they were flat, put them in a Ziploc, and just let them sit for a bit. And after a few days, I started seeing the germinating, and they're germinating. So I'm going to get them in pots and individual pots, and then get them going, get the shoots going, and then be able to say, "Hey, look, here you go. There's a gift from the legacy of the tree of the fruit that we enjoyed." What a gift, eh? What a gift! I've got a small mango tree sitting in the back. It's in a pot. I'd love to get it in the ground, but I try and convince the wife. I keep saying, "Come on, let's get it in the ground. Let's get it in the ground and get some fruit." Why am I whispering? I don't think she can hear me, but she can through the podcast, can't she? Whoopsie. Oh, did I say that out loud? Whoops. But no, what a great thing, right? And like I was saying about the mango, it's great because where that mango come from was a friend of ours, and it came, and I know the tree. It's beautiful. It's a huge mango tree, and my favourite fruit is pretty much mango. I like a lot of different fruit. Bananas, I love bananas. Mango is one of those I'm always drawn to. And they got this beautiful, beautiful bloody tree in the yard, and it was a shoot from that, and it's now we're carrying on that tree's legacy, the fruit that it's bearing, it's giving joy, it's right. It's like I've only just come to the conclusion of this, and I think I heard it on a podcast where a fella said, "It's all nice getting a flower given to you, but why would you only allow that person to cherish in the beauty of that flower when you can leave it in the ground and allow many to cherish in the beauty of that flower?" Right? It's funny because my wife don't like getting flowers. I used to get flowers and that, and she was never into it. Take her out saying, "Well, favourite," she loves Thai food. So if I say to her, "Hey, listen, let's celebrate Thai food," yeah, sweet, that's it, banging. Don't need flowers. But then so in the same love as that, with the sharing, and honestly, if you know anybody, or just buying a plant, right? Just buying somebody a plant where it can carry on, because not only that, especially with kids, if you give a young'un a plant and say, "Listen, you got to take care of that because it's a living thing," right? There's a certain responsibility to that. And it's like the watering of it and making sure it's taken care of, and picking dead leaves off and trimming if it needs trimming, and wiping it down if it needs wiping down, or misting it, or whatever the plant is, the indoor plant. and it gives a little bit of a responsibility. I was brought up around gardening. My mum was a great gardener. Blimey, she's got green fingers, my mum, I tell you what. She's got and she's 85 now, and she still goes out there and does a little bit around the garden and that, and I'm glad she's got it. And I brought up around that garden. It would always look good. It was always, I used to help sometimes mow it, and with one of those real push mowers, no electric or gas or anything like that. You pushed it, and it had like a reel in the front. Great mower, by the way. God, blimey, if you kept the blade sharp, oi. But yes, I was always brought up around plants and that. So, and now my wife loves gardening. So I thought, think about it. Then there was a great vegan restaurant called the Dandelion that I used to go to. Unfortunately, not there now. But in the garden, they had a Bodea tree. And I think it was a 10th, somebody probably correct me because I might have this wrong, but I believe it was a 10th generation of the real Bodea tree, what the Buddha sat underneath. And I'm like, blimey, wow. Look how that has travelled, right? Somebody had to take a cutting or something and get it going. It's passed on and and it reached that one place, and it's still carrying on. It's a beautiful thing. It's a great gift, and it gives a lot of worth and happiness because not only that, you're helping that person by giving that plant, saying, hey, listen, take care of it. It's worth it, right? But and then you can pass that on in your everyday life, and this is the next bit that I wanted to get to, is planting those seeds in your everyday life. Because by planting seeds with others, you're going to be planting that seed with yourself in the return of self-worth and purpose and love and a higher energy. And sometimes it can be smiling at somebody and asking how they're doing. It can be as simple as that. Or it could be buying somebody a plant, or checking in on somebody, planting the seeds. It could be pointing someone in a direction where they might not be seeing. It could be giving good criticism. Someone might have a business and you see something, you're like, you know what? You might want to think about this. You could shift that whole, if they choose to take your advice or see, you might be wrong. You're not wrong. You're not right. You just, you're planting a seed. I mean, if that person looks and goes, you know what? Yeah. And they shift it. I've had this experiences of this myself already, where I get good criticism, where somebody will say, hey, you might want to think about this and you want to think about that. And I take notes and write shit down. Even with my podcasting, that beginning has changed slightly because I took some advice from people and I'm like, yeah, let me throw that in there. Yeah, let me throw that in there. And I've already had some comments about it. So you plant the seeds. They planted seeds with me to look. Now I can choose to or not to, but they plant the seeds. And you can do the same. What about that kid that might come up to you and say, hey, listen, they respect you. You may be like another dad to them, or mum to them, or brother, sister, whatever. You may be like that, like a family member to them, right? And they may come up to you and say, hey, right, I've got a bit of a thing going on. Now, they can choose to take what you say. All you're going to be doing is planting a seed. And then, make sure they want that advice first. Do you want some advice, or do you want, and then it's up to them. They choose whether they want to go, what direction they want to go in with it. But you could be planting a seed that shifts someone's life completely. Completely. I like to think that I plant a lot of seeds with people that come on and I work with, who I guide. Yeah. I like to think that I do, because it's when you get a reaction of, there's a seed. It's guidance. People can take it how they want, but it's a guidance. It can act as a guidance. It can shift someone's life. Keep planting those seeds, and plant those seeds within you too. Don't just sit there. Plant a seed. What do you want to do? If you plant a seed of intent, I'm going to intend to get that done. And then plant a seed of commitment. Now I'm committing to get that done. How does that commitment need to grow like a seed? How does that commitment look? What does it look like? How much are you committed? How much time are you willing to put in? What are you willing to accept and not accept? The different branches of the seed as it grows. And then the rooting system of that. So when you're going into those things that you love to do, or you're putting out there, like me with the podcasting and vlogging and things like that. By the way, if you want to plant a seed with me, let me tell you right now, you really will be planting a seed. If you can go out there on my YouTube channel, look up Cockney Buddha, I'll come up. And if you're listening to this podcast on my YouTube channel, please plant the seed. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like, pass me around. You're planting seeds. You're planting a seed with yourself, and you're going to be planting seeds with others, because I just work on getting the word out there and helping other people. Yes. Am I looking to grow? Of course I am. Who doesn't want to grow? It's how you want to grow. I want to reach an audience. I want to reach a community. I want to reach people out there. Yes. If it picks up business for me, fantastic. I'm well happy. But I enjoy doing this, and it takes planting seeds. And I look for you guys. When I throw the seeds out there at you guys, I hope that those seeds grow to where you start getting those roots and go, you know what, I'm going to throw this seed at other people. And that can be done by just hitting that subscribe button, guys. So if you can go and please hit that subscribe, you're planting the seeds more than just with me. Please, I appreciate it. So plant those seeds with self too. Hit yourself up. When you do something good, don't look for others to give you those seeds. Give that seed to yourself. Give yourself the pat on the back. I walked away from losing my top yesterday, and I tell you what, I sat there in glory, because I'm like, pat on the back for me. Holy shit, I held it. Didn't go there. That's massive. That was a seed. But I had to plant a lot of seeds to get to that. That means the seed that I might have planted originally has grown in there and got branches coming off of it. But you've got to plant that seed. Go out there and give me some love, guys, if you will, please. I'll tell you, I love each and every one of you. I've got a lot of support out there already. My wife and I got talking in the car the other day, and we were talking about the amount of subscribers. I got 175, and my wife said, I think you could get to 200 by the end of August. I'll tell you what, it's a challenge. Help me get there. Start hitting that subscribe, because like I said, you're going to really be helping me out, and you're going to be helping out a lot of people by planting seeds. Go and give the like or whatever across all the old possible places that you can get me on, wherever you're listening, just hit that like button. And I really appreciate the support. I do this for a living as well, so hit me up. You can get me across all the different platforms. I have a link tree down there on the right below it. I think below the description it is. Go and check out the link tree. Hit the link tree. If you want some one-on-one help, I'm here to help. And I do all my work through Zoom, so wherever you are, hit me up. Thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate your help, and I appreciate your support. Love you. Namaste.